Hey everyone, this is Aaron with DIY Home Repair. Today I'm going to show you how to safely relight your water heater pilot light. Okay, so when working on pretty much any appliance or anything at home, I always like to have my instructions readily available. And usually mostly that's because the instructions, whether they're for lighting instructions or they're for your dryer or whatnot, they're usually the safest way to do things. Now I'm going to go over everything, but really pretty much everything I go over you can find on the instructions. So there's really two main models here of your pilot light here. You've got your model here like this, which is mainly on the newer models, new water heater models, and it has an igniter on it. And then you have the older style model where you actually need to have a lighter. So you would have to take this thing off, you would hold this down, and you would actually manually have to stick the light in there and spark it that way. But today I'm just going to be showing you how to do this with the ignition switch. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull off our panel here, and that should just squeeze together like that. We're going to set it to the side. And you'll see there's a bunch of insulation here. Now, it could be on either side, but we're going to pull that back, and there's a little window here, and that's where you're going to see whether the pilot light is lit and whether the flame is going. And as you can see here, the light is out on mine, and when that is, and I'll show you again at the end of the video, but you'll see that you'll be able to see the light in there, and you'll be able to see the flame burning once it's back on. Alright, so next what we're going to do is we're just going to take our thermostat dial here, and we're going to turn that to pilot lighting here. And then up here at the top, you're going to see that this is in the on position. And what we want to do is we want to adjust that to the off position to shut down the flow of gas. So what we're going to do is we're going to twist this straight up to pilot, and then actually we're going to push it down just or decompress it just a little bit, and then we're going to turn it over to off. And like I said, that will shut off the gas going into the burner here. Okay, so now that we got our gas off, what we're going to do is we're just going to let this sit for about 5 minutes. And the main reason for that is because when the pilot light goes out, there's still gas flowing into that chamber. And we don't want that chamber to be full of gas when we try to relight this pilot light. So the best thing to do is just let it sit for about 5 minutes and let all the gas clear out. Okay, so now that we've waited the 5 minutes and we've verified our chamber's clear, we don't smell gas or anything, what we're going to do is we're just going to take this here, and we're going to turn this over to pilot. Now, everything is set here. We're still at pilot lighting, and this is on pilot. Then what we're going to do is we're going to depress this down, and then we'll click this. Now, it may take a couple clicks to get this lit, but it should go. Now, once our pilot light's lit, we're just going to let that come up, and we're just going to turn this to the on position here, and then we'll go ahead and turn this to turn our burner on. Turn that to low or whatever you want to turn it to, and there you go. Now we're lit. Now, as you can see, the burner is lit. Now, this is going to vary depending on how long it's been since your pilot light went out. So if your water is still warm, the actual burner may not go on because of the temperature of the water. But to change that and to just test it out, all you're going to do is turn this to different settings. Now I keep mine right there. It doesn't get too hot, but it's not too bad. But like I said, sometimes you'll see that, sometimes you won't, but you should see the pilot light lit. Okay, so now that the pilot light lit, we're just going to put everything back, put our insulation back here, take our cover, that'll slide on pretty easily. squeeze it together like that. It should go on easily. So. Alright, so that's how you safely reignite the pilot light on your gas water heater. Now, a couple things to remember, as I said earlier, make sure you shut your gas off as soon as possible, and make sure you give 5 minutes or so for this chamber to clear. Again, if your gas is on and the pilot light went out, there's still gas flowing into the chamber, so you want to make sure all that's cleared. Also, if you smell gas or any other issues, make sure you call a technician in. So if you found this video helpful, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you turn on notifications so you get alerted when the newest videos come out. Thanks again.